Forgive my hair for being kind of a mess. I haven't cut my hair in a while. I am gonna do that soon, so forgive that. Also, you're gonna see her in the background a lot throughout this video. She just spawned here. I don't even own her. She just spawns here.
Hey, Peggy, let me talk to him one time. Hold up.
Hi. You may know me as a guy who rants about shit that he doesn't like. But I know me as a CD collector. And today I want to show that off to you. I've been recently seeing a lot of people show off their CD collections, and not only I think it will be nice to just show off mine, mainly because it'll be good footage for a video I'm working on, but also I just think it would be nice to just kind of update you guys on like where my CD collection is currently, because if you've been here since the start, my very first video was on physical media collecting. So I kind of wanted to just update where my collection has gone since then, since that was like 2 years ago now. Jesus. Well, is that video actually 2 years old? Also, since I know there's just been a more of an audience who's, you know, gotten to know my content since then, I thought it'd be nice to just show off what my collection has grown to. Yeah, hopefully the setup's good. I'm using a Nintendo Switch 2 camera that I stole from my dad. He doesn't mind, don't worry. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get straight into my collection. First up, we got Danger Doom. I really like this album. I actually haven't listened to it in a while. If I'm being honest, I actually might listen to it while editing this video. But yeah, I really like this album. It reminds me a lot of like Mad Villainies production. Mainly because Danger Mouse and Mad Libs kind of have a little similar production. Of course, not exactly, but like, I don't know. I just really like this album. I like the Adult Swim vibe of it, where you get like a lot of people from like the Adult Swim like cast. Like you get like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, a lot of Space Ghosts. I'm sure there's more, but I forgot. I also just really like this variant of the cover. I think the one I'm streaming is different, but I like this one more because like it has like a lot of like color. You see like the explosion of colors and stuff like that. And I don't know. I've seen a lot of covers for Danger Doom, and I don't know how I feel on a lot of them. But I know I like this one, which is why I bought it. Also, I think this might be the. Oh wait, I need to show the CD. Gotta be careful. Oh, look at that CD. I don't know if it show up super well on camera, but yeah, look at that CD. We got The Lost Tapes by Nas. Now this one I remember getting. I remember getting at like I think like a thrift store for like real cheap. Like I think it was like $4. And for an album like this, $4 is a steal, man. Man, there's a lot of like really good songs on here. And this one, I didn't even know this. I don't think I've ever listened to this album on the CD. But there's an exclusive track on here. Fetus. Lost Tapes isn't really my favorite Nas album. I think it would be in my top 5. But I think it still has, but it has a lot of my favorite Nas songs. Like, looking off the track list off the bat, we got Durag, My Way. Let's see what else. Blaze of 50, that one's really good. Purple is one of my favorite Nas songs. Black Zombie, I didn't know this was on. I forgot that Black Zombie was on Lost Tapes. Yeah. But yeah, not Lost Tapes. I like the fact that like Nas likes to do like the Lost Tapes mixtapes. Mainly cause it's just really interesting to see like a lot of unreleased songs make their way onto like other projects. I'm not too big on Lost Tapes too. I feel like a lot of those songs just kind of should have stayed in the vault because a lot of them just weren't really that interesting. But this one, this one's real good shit. I love this one. Got another Nas album with It Was Written. I really love this album. This is still my favorite Nas album. A little backstory with this one. The CD looks fine now, but like, I was having trouble ripping this one mainly because like, being really delicate with it. I was having troubles ripping this one mainly because apparently there was like a few scratches that I never noticed on it, which baffles me because it's been sitting in a case for most of its life. So I couldn't get the last few songs to rip, which sucks because If I Ruled the World is one of my favorite Nas songs. It's probably my favorite Nas song, now that I think about it. If I I rule the world. I just love that hook so much. But yeah, that kind of sucked. But hey, I managed to get it ripped. Mainly because I just got like some scratch gel, and that ended up doing the trick. But yeah, I really like this album. Just looking off the track list, there's like The Message, which has the Shape of You sample that I really love. Street Dreams, I Gave You Power, Watch Them Niggas, Nas Is Coming, Informative Action. I just got that pun. Oh my god. Affirmative Action with The Firm. You know, that old 90s hip-hop group that just dropped one album. I just got that. Deftones. I have a couple Deftones CDs. Fuck. Sorry, I just realized this one's cracked. Damn. Deftones is my favorite rock band. I really like Deftones. I'm not too big into rock, or at least as big as I would like to be. But if I have to name you one band that I really like, it's Deftones. I really like these guys, mainly because like I always liked how I think they're metal, if I'm not mistaken, and I always really liked that sound of rock. I like these guys. I like these guys a lot, and this is my favorite album from them. I can never get the name right. Koi no Yoken. I can never get the name right. These are my favorite albums from them. Poltergeist, Rosemary, Read Good. Of course, there's stuff from like White Pony and even Private Music that I really like over this. But as like a full project itself, Koi no Yoken is probably my favorite. I again get the name wrong. Sometimes they call it Yoko no Koin, even though that's wrong as well. I swear to you, I heard this album. This CD is so Brat. I bought this at the height of the Brat era, and it's still my only Charlie XCX CD, which is a shame because it's not really my favorite Charlie XCX album. But that would probably go to, what would it go to? I think it would go to, what's her 2020 record called? Fuck, I actually don't remember what her 2020 record is called. I'll put it on screen, but it will probably be that one. But Brett, I think, would be like 3rd or 4th place. You know, I actually just love how like simple this cover is. You know, it's not too like, it's just stupid looking, and I really like it. Some of my favorites off the top of my head is Rewind. I play that song a lot. Apple, 365. I like more than 360. Trying to think, there's another. Simply is a Knife. I love that one. That one's hard as hell. Meteora. This is another rock album, and again, massive fan of Linkin Park. I'm not good at describing their music. Again, rock has always been like the one genre that I'm just really bad at describing. Like, I can talk about hip hop very easily, if you couldn't already tell. But with rock, I feel like I'm a little worse on describing, mainly because like I'm a lot more unfamiliar with like what makes a good rock sound, you know. But like again, looking at the track list off the bat, Forward, Don't Stay, Somewhere I Belong. I love Somewhere I Don't Belong. Hit the Floor. We got Breaking from Bad Habit, and of course the classic Numb. Yeah, I remember I bought this at like a record store. It's all the way to Fort Lauderdale, which if you live in Miami, it's like an hour-long drive. So like it's pretty far, and anytime I'm in Fort Lauderdale, I usually go to that store. And there's just a lot, and there's like a lot of like really like, there's just a lot of like really dope CDs. Like a majority of these CDs I have bought from that store, so check them out if you can. But yeah, I like Linkin Park. What do you guys know about Food and Liquor? A majority of you probably know what Food and Liquor is, but in case you haven't, absolutely check this out. I recently got my friend Gaspacho actually to listen to a lot of Lupe Fiasco, and he loves Lupe Fiasco. So that should and like Gaspacho respectfully has a white ass music tape. Like his favorite artist is Weird Al Yankovic. I remember I was listening to Late Registration for the first time and got really curious on who this Lupe Fiasco was, and I saw this cover and thought, oh my god, I need to listen to that album. And then I did, and was just blown away by the lyricism, the production, everything about the album. And just like Lupe as a person in general is just like really like interesting to listen to. Like, even when he has dog shit takes, I still like hearing what he thinks about something. But jokes aside, like genuinely, I have so much respect for Lupe as an artist, and I have so much love for Food and Liquor and so much of his other works. Like, I need to get more Lupe CDs. I only got 2. But Food and Liquor, like, just look at this cover, man. And look at the CD in general. Like, look at the back of this. And look at the CD itself. Like, holy. Look at, I'm gonna show it. Put this on camera. Look at the CD itself, dude. Look how cool it looks. I'm hitting my mic. Look how cool this looks, dude. Food and Liquor, man. Top tier rap album, man. Top tier rap album. I'm that guy. This album, I think when it first came out, it was like really like hard to get. I feel like with most Tyler like CDs and vinyls, you have to get them like the minute they come out, because like Tyler's a big artist, and of course they're going to sell out really fast. And I was lucky enough to get this CD like a day after they go on they went on pre-order, and I really just love the look of it. Like, look how cool this looks, man. But this I think just looks really cool. I just like the CD, and I like the album. Like, I know for some reason people have a weird thing with like lyrical artists making like really fun albums. But I just like the album. It's really fun. And also, another thing, and this is gonna be a common theme with a lot of Tyler albums. The bonus track on here is Down Bad. That's another like factor of why I like buying Tyler CDs, so I can hear the bonus track. We got Kana Boone's Time. This is one of my favorite J-Rock albums. It probably still is. I've been recently getting back into the genre. I won't say I'm like super well versed in it now, but I've been listening to the World Is Yours by Mass of the Fermenting Drugs. I'm reading it off my music beat right now. So if it sounds like I don't know the name exactly, it's because I don't. That's been my favorite I've been hearing recently. But Time is just my favorite in general. I love this cover. I wanted to own it on CD for like a while, but import fees were a lot of money until like eventually I got enough money where I felt comfortable importing it. Wish I had that money now. It's a really high quality CD. Like, look at this. You even get like the alternative cover art for this album on here. So it's red. Look at that. It's red. It comes out orange. It comes out orange in the film, but I promise you, it's red. Alfredo 2. Look at this cover art, dude. Look at this cover. I just wanted the CD strictly off the cover alone. Like, I already really like Alfredo. I'm not the biggest Freddie Gibbs fan, not because I have any hatred towards like his music, but it's just because I haven't really had a chance to really explore his discography. But Alfredo 2, man. Oh my god, I love this. I love this cover, man. I love the album that comes from. Like, there's like 1995 is genuinely one of my favorite rap songs of this decade, just from the production alone. Ensalada is such a beautiful song. I love that Anderson .Paak hook so much. Golden Feet, of course, has that Jid verse. Gas Station Sushi is a really nice song. Yeah, I just like a lot from this album. Anytime Freddie and Alchemist collab, they always make some like fantastic music, and this is no different, man. This is easily one of my favorite covers of last year, though. Like, look at this. Look at that. Look at this and tell me you don't want ramen right now. We got Live Long ASAP. This is one of the CDs I got from like a CD store right by my house. I still really like Long Live ASAP. I just feel like there are some tracks I can just kind of do without, especially like Wild for the Night, which is just a bafflingly bad song. But outside of that, there's still some of my favorite songs I've heard from Rocky. I love PNW with Schoolboy Q, Level, of course, Hell, Fashion Killer, and of course, one of the best posse cuts I've heard. And we gotta bring posse cuts back, man. We really gotta bring posse cuts back, because tell me why we don't have a track no more like One Train with Kendrick, Joey Badass, Yellow Wolf, Danny Brown, and Action Bronson and Big Crit. Tell me why we don't have tracks like that anymore, man. We need to desperately bring those back, man. posse cuts, man. They're awesome. The King Mischievous of the South, which I actually have the vinyl hanged up on my wall. Vinyls I'm not showing off because I have like very few of them, and they're mostly for show. But look at this. Look at this album cover. I love this cover. It's one of my favorite covers, man. Man, I just love I love like how do I even describe this, man? This just looks really cool. I don't really love like the deluxe cover as much. Like it's a fine cover, but you just can't beat this, man. You really just can't beat this. Look at the back. Fuck, dude. I think King Mischievous of the South Volume 2 is probably one of my most played albums. Like, not even looking at the track list, I could tell you G's Up, Still in Pain. I think that's in the deluxe. I already fucked up. That's in the deluxe. Black Flag Freestyle, Hot One, Scared, Hit the Floor. Why am I doing this off the top? Wishlist. Oh my god, I love Wishlist. We got Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. This is the Target edition. I think there's a poster in here. No, that was just wishful thinking. I'm not too big on this cover compared to like the one that's on like streaming and like other CDs. I think it's just a Target exclusive cover, but I still wanted to just own the CD, so I just bought it. This is one of like the very early CDs I bought. So, you know, there's clearly like a lot of like bias I have towards it. But it's still like a cover that I'm not too big of a fan of compared to the original. I'll just let you finish. I like this album. It's definitely a really good debut album, but I don't really go back to it as much as I do with Vampire, which is actually up next. The CD is really soft. Like whatever they used for like the top of it, it's very soft material. Don't really got much to say on Sour. I really liked it when it first came out, and I still do like it. Like, Driver's License is still a great song to me. I don't know, man. I just don't like it as much as I did when I first heard it. Still like this album, you know, it's just... Be careful with your stuff, kids. Be careful with your stuff. Guts. I actually really like this album more than Sour. It actually has the alternative cover that Target exclusives have, but I don't like that cover in comparison to Guts even more. Luckily, this cover exists, so I'll just use that cover instead. And I like this album way more. There's a lot more I go back to. All American Bitch, Bad Idea, Vampire, of course, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl, Logical, Getting Back, Love is Embarrassing, Teenage Dream. There's so many great songs on here, and I'm super excited for a new album coming this July. I don't know, I just like this cover a lot more than like the alternative cover, because the alternative cover seems a little too like generic, and especially doesn't really match the music or the title Guts that well. We're getting to some of my paper ones, and I can explain the state of this one. It's not really in the prettiest state. I think I've talked about it before. I never really liked the paper like things for like CD cases. It just feels a little cheap to me, and also they're just way more prone to damage. Case in point, this is one of my oldest CDs, and I got this CD when I got her. All right, so you can blame her. Still though, like look at the cover, Flower Boy. And I just love how much effort like Tyler puts into like his CDs and stuff like that. Like, just look at this, man. And of course, you got some more stuff. Like, I think it's like a art book. Oh no, it's a lyrics thing. Can you tell I never like opened these? Oh yeah, it's like a lyric thing. And I think these were like some of these were like the cover for like the singles, right? I don't know, that's cool though. It's just nice to see like him put like actual effort into like a CD collection compared to a lot of other artists. And you know, Flower Boy's no different. I just wish it was a jewel case. I just really wish it was a jewel case, because I don't really like paperbacks that much. That goes for Samurai, the other Lupe album I own on CD. I love this album to death. This was my album of the year of 2024. Yes, 2024. This is my album of the year of 2024. I gotta double check myself sometimes. And just look at this CD, man. You got like, look how beautiful this cover art is, man. And then when you open it up, you get like the little basic sketches of like the samurai cover, which looks cool. The back. Look at the back, dude. What the fuck? Look at the CD. Love this album. There's so much I go back to on this album in general too. Like there's Cake, mumble rap. Like I love mumble rap. If the title track alone doesn't bring you to wanting to hear the full album, what's wrong with you? We also got Fearless Movement by Kamasi Washington. Look at that cover. It's a very long album, and a lot of those tracks are over like 10 minutes. Which makes this like a 2-disc album, which I don't mind. But that makes like this 2 like 4 tracks, which is really funny to see. But you know, there's a lot of songs I really like up here. This was when I was trying to get into like jazz and stuff, like modern day jazz and soul and stuff like that. And I went to this album, and I still really love it. It's still like one of my personal favorite like albums from that year. Get Lit, Dream State, Asha the First. There's so many songs from here that I still really love. Not much more to say about it, except look at the artwork, man. Look at how cool the artwork is, man. Oh god, I love Kamasi Washington. I need to listen to more. I desperately need to listen to more of his music. I remember this. This is a birthday gift my sibling got me. Utopia. Who doesn't love Utopia? A lot of people, apparently. I think people kind of call this like Travis's first solo album, which isn't really a low bar. It's just the least good. But I think that's kind of, I don't ever agree with that. I think it's still my second favorite Travis album to this day, compared to, like, even like after all the dust has settled, I still really, really, really like this album. There's so much I go back to. Utopia. It's like a mixture of like the rodeo sound and Astroworld into one beautiful, cohesive piece of art, man. I love Utopia so much, man. I don't really love this CD. I think I did a lot of bashing it in that first video. But, you know, it got some cool artwork. Like, I think this is an alternate cover for Utopia, which is cool. And I think the CD itself is just like, yeah, it's just this, which is cool looking. Yeah, it won't show up too well in the camera because like the reflective does not focus well. But yeah, I like Utopia. I still think it's my second favorite Travis album compared to a lot of his other stuff. You know, I think Rodeo still has my favorite, and we'll talk about Rodeo later. But you know, I still really like Utopia. So yeah, there's a lot of songs I like from the album. Off the top of my head, I can think of Schizo. Hyena is still one of my favorite Travis intros. Thank God, My Eyes, of course. You know, just a lot of like great stuff on here. I love Utopia so much. We got Bewitched by Live. This is the Goddess edition. Just such a nice cover. Like, no matter what cover of Bewitched you do, I think I still prefer the original over this. But no matter what cover you get from Bewitched, you're still getting a fantastic piece of like work on here. And just in general, Bewitched has a lot of songs that I just absolutely adore, like A Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self, California Me with the whole orchestra. I just love Bewitched, man. It's still... Is this my favorite Leve album? I don't know. I'll probably figure out when I get to the other Leve album I have on CD. Let God sort them out, bro. Look at this cover. I always love this cover, man. This cover looks so cool to me. This album is still on repeat. There's so many songs on here that I fucking adore, man. There's so much that I love from this album. Chains and Whips with Kendrick, POV with Tyler, Chandeliers. I think it's like Got So Mellow Chandeliers. Anyway, I like that song with Nas. And even going outside the features, you got FICO, Birds Don't Sing. I think that still has John Legend in it, but you get what I mean. There's tons of songs here I love. So Be It. Oh my god, So Be It sample. I love that sample so much, dude. Like, just looking at like a lot of these songs, man, I really, really love this album, man. Mike Tyson, Blood to the Face. That's another one I really love. If you just want fantastic coke rap, listen to this album. Love it to death. Would marry it. Gobar Eats said by Gais Guevara. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but I'm not good at pronouncing things if you can tell. This album you have to get directly from his Bandcamp, which I didn't mind. But I like how the CD is designed a lot. Look at this. Look how cool this looks. And just in general, I remember like listening to the album for the first time. And I think it was one of like Ja's Talks Music recommendations when he was doing that frequently. And I thought, hey, let me go ahead and check this out, you know? And immediately fell in love with it. I didn't even know he was on like McKinley Dixon's Beloved Paradise Jazz album, but yeah, I went to listen to this, loved it. Again, just look at this cover. Look at this artwork, man. Zoom in on that. Look at that. I think the disc is green. Yes, it is green. Look at that green. There's a lot of songs I really like. I don't visit it as much as I would like. There's still a lot of songs I really like from this. Just looking on the track list alone, The Old Guard is Dead, Camera Shy, Bystander Effect 4L, The Apple That Scarily Fell with McKinley Dixon. There's a lot I really like from this album. We got another one I got from Bandcamp. We got Allure himself, Sweet Absolutions. I think I pronounced that right. Absolutions, yeah. Sweet Absolutions. I really like this album as well. I've been listening to Baptize a lot from it. I really like this guy's music. I remember he came like to me on Album of the Year, you know, kind of like saying like, "Hey, you should check out my album." And I'm like, okay, and then I checked it out, really loved it, and then I just didn't listen to his sophomore for like a while until like more recently. But now that I've heard it and loved it, I got the CD for it, which I think was actually a free CD. A free CD or a dollar CD? I don't remember. Either way, I got the CD, really loved the album it came from, and been a fan since. I've checked out his recent EP, which is also pretty good, that you should also go check out. But yeah, shouts to Allure himself. I won't act like I'm like buddies with him. I don't know if he even watches my videos, because I did mention one of his one of his albums on my channel before. I think the video's delisted now, but I think it was like on a short, if I'm not mistaken. But shout out to Allure himself. Go listen to his music. He makes really good music. I hope me I'm bad at describing like music on the spot. I've noticed while making this video, because I have to like look back here, what track I'm talking about. Nothing's about to happen to me. Really ironic cover. Love this cover. I like this album. I know a lot of Mitski fans are a little more mixed on this album. The only Mitski album I own on CD, which is wild because it's not her best. But still, I really like this cover. I really like the title. And I really love the album. Lightning is such a good song. And if I leaved, oh my god, oh god, I love that song so much, dude. I get to talk about it. I absolutely love this album. It perfectly combines like the live stage performance of like jazz with like just like genuinely really good like conscious hip hop. Just looking at like the track list in general, you got like Sugar Water, which is really good. Listen Gentle, Magic and Alive. I love that song. We Outside Rejoice. I love that. I love like the build up to that song, man. Just like it's like slowly adding more instruments, and then you hear McKinley go in, and you hear the choir go, "We outside, rejoice, rejoice." I love this album to death, man. I immediately bought the CD when I finished listening to it. We got Logic's Vinyl Days. A lot of like modern Logic albums feel very underrated, because I feel like people still think Logic is in like his 2019 era, like where like he makes a lot of like corny ass music. But really, no. I have like a bunch of like Logic. Okay, I have two, but I have like some Logic CDs that I'm not ashamed to say I have, because Logic is a good artist. Like Logic's a really good artist currently, and Vinyl Days was like the album that really made me realize Holy shit, Logic is at top form right now. Just look at this cover. Look how cool this cover is. And then like just look at the track list and how like stacked a lot of it is. And just look, and just like off the bat, there's Tetris, which is a banger opening. In My Lifetime, Black White Boy, Bleed It, which is also an underrated song from the album. Same with Clouds, I love that song. Therapy Music, I'm not joking, is one of my favorite songs of this decade. Russ's verse on there is just, oh my god, Russ's verse on there is so good. There's been multiple moments where I accidentally catch myself quoting the lyric. Here's the kicker though, my therapist is me, complaining about my problems, how American of me. There's 10 Year with Royce da Fire 9, Ref Control with Wiz Khalifa, I Guess I Love It With The Game, Vinyl Days, produced by DJ Premier, Near Carnival with AZ. Like, there's so many great songs on here, man. And we're about to get to the, I think this, actually, now that I think about it, I think this is still my favorite Logic album. I go back between Ultra 85, Under Pressure, and this. I think this is my favorite Logic album. I'm gonna have to re-listen to all of them, but like, I always find myself going back to this album. And it's for good reasons. I love this album. And also, this was a gift from my dad. And it's signed by Logic himself, which is really cool. There's another one that's unfortunately suffered from the CD catastrophe that I mentioned probably like 20 minutes ago. We got Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. This is a 2-disc album. I don't have a 2-disc variant of this. So it just kind of stays like this until I can get a 2-disc case to replace this, which I don't have. You gotta be careful. I don't want to like. I actually don't want to scratch the CD. This is a lot of people's favorite Kendrick album, and I understand why. I don't know if it's my favorite. I actually know. I think I'm more in the jazz rap, so I think To Pimp a Butterfly will always be my favorite. But like, I still like a lot from this album, especially like the deluxe version, which adds like a lot of like great songs to it. This version doesn't have Collect Calls, which is another like deluxe track that I really like. It has The Recipe with Dr. Dre, which is really good. Black Fly Boy, which is also fantastic. Love the writing on that one. The storytelling and the storytelling especially. Now or Never is also a really good song, and the Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix might exceed the original. I go back and forth on whether or not I agree with that or not, but I really, really, really fuck with that remix, man. Jay-Z's verse is good, and Kendrick's second verse. Oh my god, Kendrick's second verse is so damn good, man. Just a fantastic album in general. I love Good Kid, Mad City. Just take one more look. I also prefer this cover art compared to the original. I prefer this cover art. Look at that. Look, you can see my desktop. Wow. Yeah, I own like a couple Kanye albums on CD. Most of them I got on second hand. This I got at a CD store, which is nice. I just love how the Kid Seagulls cover looks so much, man. Look at this, man. Look how dope this cover looks, man. I see that album more mixed. I see like more mixed reception of the album. I'm actually gonna move this to the side a bit. I see a more mixed reception of the album. And that kind of makes you a little sad because I really like Kids See Ghost. And it kind of sucks that some people don't really like it, as much. Like, most people I talk to about this album don't really care about it as much. You're like, I love this album to death. I think the only other person that I know who loves this album to death is, my best friend. Other than that, I don't think anyone really like. It's a very love it or hate it type album, you know. And I just love a lot about this album. I love like the themes of like self love and stuff like that. I've cried to Reborn, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. I cried to Reborn. Fantastic album. I love this album to death. I really wish more people got it. I'm talking like this is some underrated gem, when in reality it's like one of the highest rated albums. But again, it's really a love it or hate it album, I've noticed, because like again, a majority of people who have heard it just thinks it's okay. So, oh hey, look, another Kanye album. I got this one secondhand. Late Registration is one of my favorite Kanye albums. I think it's still like my second favorite Kanye album. We'll get into my favorite soon enough, but I love Late Registration. I love that album to death. There's a lot of songs on here that I really, really love. We Major is a big one. I love that song to death. There's also Touch the Sky. We also have Heard Him Say, Roses, Late, Diamonds. I love the remix with Jay-Z, man. I love that song so much. I just love this album. Just look how cool this cover is, man. Lovely album here, man. I love old Kanye, man. Rest in peace. The Fall Off by J. Cole. I don't love this cover as much as I do the normal cover, and I kind of wish, like, I get why, you know, you got the special edition for the CD and stuff like that for those who pre-ordered it. I really wish it had like an alternate cover with the Fall Off on it, but it doesn't, and that's annoying. I love the Fall Off. It's my current album of the year. I love most of the songs on there, which is impressive for like what is this, like a 20? I think it's like a 25 track album. I think the only track I don't like straight up don't like from the Fall Off is Only One, and that's it. This is a 24 track album, dude. Holding it upside down. And like there's so many songs here that I go back to constantly, even right now, which is months after the Jesus Christ, it's been months after the Fall Off. That's insane. We're months away. We're months out of the Fall Off, man. That's insane. But there's 2-6, Safety, Poor Sing, Legacy, Bunts Road, Blues. People make fun of the Liddell a lot, but I still love that song. Bombs in the Ville and Hit the Gas is one of Cole's best songs. Same with the Villas, Old Dog, Life Set. I'm just looking through the track. I understand I'm just naming the track list, but like I love so much from the Fall Off, man. It's easily my album of the year right now. One of the best rap albums of the decade, man. Absolutely worth the wait, man. What do you think of the Fall Off, Clancy? A Matter of Time. This one's gonna appear in a video I'm making right now, but got both of these CDs. I think this is my favorite Leve album. It's between this and Bewitched, but I love these albums to death. I like this deluxe a lot more than I did the Bewitched deluxe, mainly because this one has Mad Woman. I really like Mad Woman. And this actually had a bonus track on it. Doesn't actually show up here, but Seems Like All the Old Times is a secret track on this one, which is really cool. I really like when, like I said, I really like when artists like has like bonus tracks on here, especially since now I can actually just listen to them more often. Because I don't use Spotify as much as I used to, but I still love this cover art a lot more than this. Mainly because like it's a lot more subtle, which I like, but also like I like this look. So I like this cover a lot more. I like the fact her legs are like minute and hour hands. I like how the clock looks a lot more. And this still has some of my favorite Leve songs, like Just Looking Off It. We got Lover Girl, of course, Snow White, Carousel, Silver Lining, Forget Me Not, Tough Luck, Love Mr. Electric, Sabotage, which is a fucking climactic ending. I love that song so much. Fantastic albums these two are. The deluxe. I'm not too as crazy on the deluxe. I'm just never really that big of a deluxe guy. I think a lot of deluxes are just kind of like a little like average to me. Again, still really happy I got this. I just love Leve's music, so anything from her I will buy. Do I even need to introduce this album? Love this album to death. Super happy I got the CD, man. Like just pure white here, which is insane because it's the blackest album I could think of. Fantastic jazz rap here, man. I love I love To Pimp a Butterfly to death. It's still my favorite Kendrick album. Wesley's Theory, These Walls, Hood Politics, How Much a Dollar Cost. So much of this album is just fantastic, beautifully made songs. The live version of is fucking magical to listen to. I love this album, man. This album is just like perfect, man. Perfect album. Perfect. Just a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece. And speaking of masterpieces, Feel Good. I feel like it's very basic to say my favorite song from Gorillaz is Feel Good Egg. But it really is, man. Like, what? It's such a good song. But there's still other songs that I really love from this album, like Kids with Guns, Dirty Harry, November Has Come with Doom, Dare, White Light, and of course the title track, Demon Days. I always really love the Gorillaz because, like, the idea of, like, a cartoon band is so silly to me. And these look so cool, and they always look so cool. And look at the back cover, man. Look how cool this looks. Look at the CD, which is also fucking dope. And probably one of my favorite things about Gorillaz, which I think it's perfect on here, is how they would incorporate a lot of, like, different genres and sounds into their albums. Like it's not just like rock. It's also it's also hip hop. It's also pop, hip hop, or like in the Mountain, which we'll talk about later. Like a lot more Indian sounds into it, and that's always something I really admire about the Gorillaz. Yeah, I like Demon Days. It's probably my favorite Gorillaz albums. It's between Demon Days. It's between Demon Days and Plastic Beach, but I think Demon Days just edged it out a bit. Oh look, it's Kanye's undeniably best album. I love The College Dropout so much. This is the album that got me into hip hop, man. Like, really got me into hip hop. I remember my dad was telling me, like, you know what, a hip hop album you should listen to? You should listen to College Dropout. And I was a little hesitant to do so because it was Kanye, but I sat down, listened to it, and I thought it was incredible. And the album just in general has stuck with me so much since I listened to it. Like Through the Wire, Never Let Me Down, Spaceships. Like, there's so much I love from this album, man. I love All Falls Down. I love All Falls Down. It's such a good intro. It's useless as the fucking Switch 2 camera is. It's a really good camera. Next album we got Death Race for Love by Juice WRLD. I love the look of the CD so much. Like, I always loved how the album cover looked. You know, it's like, you know, it's a fucking PS1 disc. It's a slight criticism. I really wish, like, the PS1 part was actually, like, on here, like they were on, like, PS1 covers. But still, like, I can't be too mad at it. Like, look how cool this looks, man. It's not my favorite Juice WRLD album. I think it's still a tie between Legends Never Die and Goodbye and Good Riddance, but this album has grown on me a lot throughout the years, and there's so many songs I love from here. Like, I love Here I'm Calling, I love 10 Feet, I love Fast. Like, I love how different this album is compared to a lot of his other records. Where a lot of his other records are, like, a lot more, like, sad and moody, and, like, there's still, like, sad and moody songs on here, but it's a lot more dynamic than I would say anything on Goodbye and Good Riddance are. And I think a lot of people would make an argument that it makes it feel unfocused, but to me, it just makes it for such a fun listen. A little bloated, really bloated, but a really, really fun listen, nevertheless. I like this album a lot, and I also just love how it looks, man. You got Ultra 85. This is another one that has, like, an alternative cover to the original. It's not my favorite Logic album. I still think Vinyl Days and Under Pressure is my favorite, but Ultra 85. I like this. I like this alternate cover. I still like the original more, and I also just think, like, this alternate cover just doesn't really represent the music as well. But still, I think it's a really cool cover. Look at it. You can't be too mad. Ultra 85, great album. Apollo Rodriguez. Check that out. I love that. I love that intro so much. There's so many songs from Ultra 85 I really like. Don't Be Dumb. You see, this one did like what I wanted Death Race for Love to do. You got the like spine. You got the spine, being the PS1 look for it. Except this one's not doing the PS1 look. It has the cover art for It has the cover art by Tim Burton, which I'm gonna go back and forth whether or not I like how this CD looks. Like, you know, I think it looks cool actually. I think it looks cool now. Come to think of it, like I like the big sticker with the X on it. And, you know, to let you know, don't be dumb. You open it, you see the CD, which will have like all the characters from the album. I like Don't Be Dumb a lot. I know some people are a little more mixed on it, but I think it's such a cool concept of a record to just have like Rocky play all these different characters and have these different vibes and stuff like that. And even then, some of these songs have some of the hardest songs Rocky's has put out, like Stop Snitching, Stole Your Flow, Helicopter. And then you have like songs that you never really hear Rocky do, like Punk Rocky, Robbery. You know, there's a lot of good songs off this record. And I really think it goes a little underappreciated, you know? Don't Be Dumb. Great album. Wish more people liked it. We got another recent album. We got Distracted by Thundercat. I love this album. I think it kind of falls off in like the second half with these batch of tracks. Like if you just cut these batch of tracks, this would easily be his best album. But still, there's a lot of great songs on here. She Knows Too Much, No More Lies, I Did This to Myself, Funny Friends, I Didn't Waste Your Time, Anakin Learns His Fate. I love a lot from this album. This is such a dope Thundercat album. It's the only one I own, which is a shame. I really need to get Drunk. That's one album I really need to get on CD. But yeah, love this album to death. I'm kind of speeding through some of these, mainly because like the recording's already like an hour and 20 minutes, so it's gonna be a bitch to edit. But hey, it's a more low-key video. So yeah, here's one of my more unique CDs. We got Kickback completely on CD. This is just I spent like $20 on it. I thought it was just gonna be more of a Chainsaw Man soundtrack, but no, it's just Kickback, which is fine, I guess. Comes with this. It's a weird looking CD, but it comes with this, which it's cool. I like a lot. And the CD, there's like both a CD and DVD in here, which is wild. There's more value than some of these I own, but anyways, I think this is the CD. Oh no, it's the DVD. This is the DVD, and this is the CD, which is pretty cool if you ask me. I like Kickback a lot. I still prefer it over Iris Out. Iris Out has grown on me a lot since I first heard it, especially since after seeing the movie. But you know, I still like Kickback more. And this also comes with another track, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, really cool looking CD. And the only singles CD I have, which is cool. Purple. This is Private Music by Deftones, and it's one of the Purple covers. I think Private Music came in 3 versions. There's the green one that you can find on streaming. There's a blue one, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, and then there's a purple one. And I got the purple one because it's the only one they had, which I don't mind. I prefer the green, admittedly. You know, the purple one is also pretty cool looking. Ditto to a lot of what I've said about Koi no Yoken. I hope I said that right this time, but ditto to what I said about that. Oh hey, look, got the green on the little lyric book. Yeah. Ditto to what I said with Koi no Yoken. I'm not good at describing rock, but there's a lot of like fantastic songs in here. The one I go back to a lot is Souvenir. I really like that song, but just looking at this again, you guys see it. XZ, Milk of Madonna, Metal Dreams, and just fantastic album overall. This is one of the more recent CDs I bought. So yeah, I'm happy I finally added this to my collection. Look at this. This album has grown on me substantially over like the couple months. I love this album so much. I think it is my favorite Baby Keem album. I I fucking love this album. I love Baby Keem as an artist. This CD is pretty cool. It's a little more classy looking than like a lot of like the other ones. Cause you get the back here, and then you get the casino, like the whole casino aesthetic for the CD, and the you get the point. And then you have this big fat image of little Baby Keem as a little baby, with the parent advisory sticker on it. I actually really love this cover after listening to the album. You know, I really love this cover. But yeah, I love a lot of Casino. I go back to Casino a lot, like the title track of it. That's my favorite one. The bonus track on here, Tubi, is also really damn great. I really wish that song was on streaming, and actually I wish that song made the album, because I feel like that song is better than Dramatic Girl, the other lovey-dovey track that's on this album. I don't got much more to say that I didn't already say in like my review of Casino, but I really like Casino by Baby Keem. I think it's a very good album. Nah, I'm kidding. I like to take care of these, believe it or not. Straight out the fucking dungeons of rap. Yeah, Illmatic, man. Look at this. Illmatic, man. Classic album. I actually did not know I had this on CD until like a couple days ago when I was like looking through my CD collection, saw it, and I'm like, damn, when did I get this? And I remember when I got it. I got it alongside like some other CDs I'll show in a minute, but it was from that store that I was talking about earlier, and they had this album, and I couldn't pass up a chance to have this album in my collection, and especially since it was like $8. Look how cool this looks, man. And of course, if you know hip hop, then you know this album, man. You know how fucking good this album is. New York State of Mind is one of the best hip hop songs ever, I believe. Life's a Bitch is great. The World Is Yours, Halftime. I Represent. That song is hard as hell. I love the hook of that song a lot. I didn't get this album for the longest time. Like, for a while, I just thought, like, it's just a standard rap album. But the more you listen to it, the more it just sticks with you of how perfect this album is. Because, like, it is just 9 tracks of some of Nas's best music. And he was just fresh in the game, dude. Fantastic track. Fantastic record. Fantastic record here. This is when I got this out. This is one of the first albums I got when I was like really taking CD collecting seriously. For obvious reasons, I love Rodeo to Death. It is my favorite trap album. It's my personal favorite trap album. My personal favorite Travis album. I love so much from this album. I don't think there's that many misses on here outside of Flying High, and then no, that's it. I really like a lot from this album. Pornography, 90210, Oh My, This Side. Just so much I love from this album, man. Like, I think this is a fantastic trap album. Just fantastic, man. I love this album to death, man. I don't really know what else to say about it except because, like, I feel like if you know trap, you know how good this album is, but, like, I just love how careless this album sounds. Like, I love how, like, this album sounds like what... this is the punk of trap, It's very careless, it's very, like... I don't know if I'm making sense. I might have just insulted a lot of punk fans, but I just like how this album is. I just like how this album sounds, man. It's just very careless, it's very dark and moody, it's very, like, loud. Pink tape, pink tape, pink tape, pink tape, pink tape. People don't like this album. I never understood that, honestly. Like, I was more, like, mixed on it when I first heard it. But the more I listened to it, the more that it really grew on me. And, like, now I think this is, like, top 3 Uzi to me. Like, I love this album. And I love this cover. Like, look how cool this cover looks, man. Look how cool this cover looks, man. I'm thinking, okay, do I like this cover more, or do I like Internal Takes cover more? I actually gotta think about that, but I really like how this cover looks, man. No. And the album itself is just 2 discs of like really damn great Uzi. Like disc 1 is a lot more like a lot more of what you expect from an Uzi album, and then disc 2 is just like a lot of experimentation with different sounds and stuff like that. And I like really like this 2 more. Like sure, like this one does have a lot of great songs on it, like Flood the Face, Suicide Doors, A with Travis, Crush 'em, Amped, and That Fire. I'm one of the few people who unironically really likes Endless Fashion. Almost forgot to mention Nakamura. This is top 3 Uzi right here. Nakamura, I love that song to death. The sample of Nakamura's theme with Uzi's vocals. I just love how experimental Uzi gets with this album. I love that they experimented with a lot of different sounds on here, you know? And I think this is probably like, you know, I still think Internal Take and Love is Rage 2 is my personal favorite Uzi albums. But I think I would say this is probably like their most like, I want to say complete feeling album, you know? I understand the criticisms that it's a little too long, and I also think like, of course, a Zoom, of course, and Sade could have been just cut out. We don't need the bonus tracks, right? That's cool. But I feel like this album feels like what I think about when I think Uzi. You know, this nerdy rapper who really likes a lot of what they grew up with and incorporates a lot of that with their music. You know, that's why you got Baby. Like, what other rapper would get a Baby Metal feature and kill it with them? Does that not feel particularly Uzi, man? Does that not feel like Uzi? Cause I feel like it feels like Uzi. What other rapper would unironically sample I'm Blue? This album is unapologetically Uzi, and that's what I like about it, you know? I'm doing this thing where I'm grabbing albums I never heard of, and just giving them a chance, and mostly just choosing which ones to listen to strictly off like the cover, like where there's just like a bunch of like CDs that's there for like $5. So I ended up picking up this because I think the cover looks really interesting, and Miss Lauryn Hill's on this album, so that, you know, that really did interest me, you know. But yeah, that's all I can really say about it. Expect to hear it in a video soon, because yes, this is for a video. Lotus by Lil Sims. Not my favorite Lil Sims album, but it's definitely up there. Thief is a hard track. I really love Only. Free is a really nice song. Blood is a really good song. I really like the back and forth between the 2 rappers on there. I'm saying 2 rappers because I don't know the other one's name off the top of my head. And I think Blue is still one of my favorite Lil Sims songs. You know, it's not one I go back to often, but I still really, really like it. And every time I do go back to it, I always have a good time, you know? My present life as Kendrick Lamar. This is the last Kendrick album I own on CD. Believe it or not, we're only halfway through these. This is the last Kendrick Lamar CD I own though, and I do want to get like Section 80. I do want to get like Section 80, Damn, and like other Kendrick albums on CD. I just haven't had a chance to, but this is the last one I own on CD, which I was waiting for a while to find like the CD version of this, but you know, I finally found it at Target, picked it up, and I don't regret it. I've seen a lot of people actually change up on the album recently, and I never got that. It's like what I said with Don't Tap the Glass. It's like people mistake like simple music for it not being good, you know? And like I was even having this conversation with one of my friends who doesn't like this album. Hi Aaron, if you're watching this. My thing is like this. Is what Kendrick doing on here really well done? I personally think it was, so I think it's a good album. In fact, I liked it a bit more than Section 80. And it's like neck on neck in how I feel on it with Damn. I think this album succeeds on just being a really damn great album. I think the smartest thing Kendrick did during the beef is make an entire album based off the sound of Not Like Us. Like, you have songs like Reincarnated, Hey Now, Peekaboo, and I think one of his most underrated songs, Dodger Blue, is on here. I love Dodger Blue so much. And I don't see enough people talking. It did get a little more praise than it really did deserve, because at the end of the day, it's just Kendrick doing West Coast. There are some more, like, deeper songs on here, like Reincarnated and Heart Part 6, but it's mostly just an album of Kendrick doing more West Coast sounds. And I do think something like Chromacopia or Let God Storm Out deserves to win the Grammys instead. But I don't think that should necessarily mean we should act like this isn't a good album at its core, you know? I love GNX. I really love GNX. I think it's a fantastic record. Still a really damn great album. I really love this album. I really love this album. We got another Leve situation where I own double. We got Hurry Up Tomorrow. This is just the full album in general. So you got disc 1 and then disc 2. And I always love this cover more. They recently changed it, and I don't get why. They changed it to like the what the cover was going to be originally. And I never really liked that cover compared to this one. This one just feels like it has a lot more emotion. I get this one was more so for the movie and for it to be thematically like aligned with the movie. But I don't care. This one feels like it has more emotion, and you know, this one looks like Weeknd shitting himself, while the new one feels like he's just kind of sitting in that shit, you know. And personally, I don't know about you, but I want to see Weeknd shit himself. What the fuck did I just say, man? I still love this album to death. I think After Hours is still my favorite album from him. But I think Hurry Up Tomorrow is a very close second. I remember listening to this album for the first time and just being absolutely floored with how amazing it was, man. And there's a lot of songs on here that I just think are like top tier Weeknd songs, like Adore the Show, Give Me Mercy, Reflections Laughing, and of course, Timeless. Like, there's so many songs on here that I love from Hurry Up Tomorrow. And also, this is just a gift from my dad, but I have another version of this album. I don't remember what it's called. I'm looking at it to see if I can find the version, what it's called, but I can't. But it just has this cover. There's not much different from it, outside of the fact that it's the first pressing CD, but like with a different cover in it. And a lot of the songs just have like their early versions of what they were called, you know. And I won't lie, it's kind of a little shitty to like, you know, have your fans like pre-order the album expecting to get the full thing, and you just get like whatever the hell this is. But in retrospect, I do really like owning like a CD of like a lot of the demos of it. I just wish it was advertised like that, you know. Still happy to own these, and just in general happy to own this album because I just love it to death, man. This was for a while his only album on CD. Dial It doesn't have a CD, but Whole Lotta Red and Music got CD releases, which is cool, but Music is dog shit, and I don't have money for Whole Lotta Red right now, so I just get this instead. And this is my favorite Cardi project anyways, and I actually like how the CD looks. I don't love the alternate cover of this, but I do like the color. I do like the colors on it, and I just think that original like cover is just too iconic to replace. But I do like the colors on this, and I like how the CD looks. Cause like just look how cool this looks. Look how cool and colorful this looks. And then there's the red CD that shows up orange. I don't think I can show that. I just like the CD. I'm happy I own self-titled on CD, especially since it's still my favorite Cardi project. I prefer it over Dial It and Whole Lotta Red. I do want to get Whole Lotta Red on CD, and I do want to get Dial It on CD or vinyl. I just wish Dial It had a CD, man. I really wish Dial It had a CD. Hey, if you could do Whole Lotta Red, you could do Dial It. Come on, Cardi. What can I say about Mad Villain that has already not been said before? It's a fantastic album. I love MF Doom. He's so charming on this album. I love the lyrics and lyricism on this album. The production by Mad Libs is just fucking incredible. This is a fantastic album. Meat Grinder is a top 5 song of all time. I feel like I've said this like 50 times on this video, but this time I really mean it till the next one I say about. I love Mad Villain. It's such a great album. I love this album so much. I really wish we ended up getting Mad Villain too. I know Madlib said that a lot of the songs that he has for it are done. So maybe one day we'll be able to see it, but I'm not holding out faith. Gangster's Paradise by Coolio is actually a banger album. People mostly know this song for the title track Gangster's Paradise, for good reasons, by the way. That song bangs, but there's a lot of fantastic songs on it. It's a little dated sounding compared to nowadays, but there's still a lot of great songs on here. Just reading off it, of course, Gangster's Paradise, Cruising, Exercise Your Game, Smiling, Bright as the Sun. Like, this is just a really damn great album, man. I like a lot about this album. I won't act like it's like a perfect album or it's a classic. It's some underrated classic, but I really feel like people only know this album for the title track, but don't realize there's like 4 tracks just as good as it. Fantastic shit here. Also, this is not the original case. This is another one that I had to get replaced. Specifically because I got this discounted because of a little scratch and damage, but I had replacement cases at home, so I just got it replaced, and we got this album instead. You know, we got this. It has a little white spot here, so I don't know. I said it's worth it. We got Internal Take, which is the only CD I've ever bought from eBay, which is why I have a sneaking suspicion that this might be bootleg. Because this CD feels strangely really low quality and cheap. Like, just like trying to pry on it. I didn't really like pry on it. And like, it's just kind of like you hear that? It's a little weird. Happy to have a physical of this. And I think this is this is my favorite Uzi album. I love so much about it. I love the 3-act structure. And, you know, having Lil Uzi Vert versus the World 2 on CD as well is cool. Not my favorite Uzi album, but you know, there's some good songs on there. But I just have like a sneaking suspicion that this is like, one, it's not really the highest quality CD, and 2, that it just might be a bootleg, and I didn't realize it. I don't know, I need to check back the original eBay listing, because maybe there's something like that said it was a custom one. But I remember I was looking for the CD on Amazon and couldn't find it, so I just went to eBay. Still, really love the album though. There's so many songs I go back to on Internal Take. Off the top of my head, there's like Baby Pluto, Low Main, Celebration Station, I'm Sorry. You know, there's a lot of great songs on there. A lot of great songs on Internal Take. It's my personal favorite Uzi album. Right next to Love is Rage 2. I love that album as well. The last batch, boys. We got Orchideas by Caliucci. Don't know if I can show this cover, to be honest, but, you know, I'll take a gamble. I think this is also like the Target version of the CD, which, you know, it's cool. This was my first Caliucci's album. This is my first Caliucci's album, and I really do like it. Don't get me wrong. It was just very weird to hear this album and compare it to like all the features I've heard her on, because it was kind of jarring to hear like to go from See You Again to this, where it's her mostly singing in Spanish, and that's nothing wrong with that, by the way. It's just more of the fact that like this was my first album from her, and I know her from like a lot of her collaborations with Tyler. So it's just kind of interesting to see that, you know. But still, there's a lot of songs I really like on here. And I still really like this album enough to buy on CD. Como Así, of course. Diosa, Te Ami. I can't speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish. Which is funny to say that because I have a Hispanic mother and a Hispanic grandmother that I don't understand anything she says. But hey, I made it this far. Really like this album. And speaking of Caliucci's, Sincerely by her is a silky smooth album. I love this album to death, man. I play this album often when I'm just relaxing. Or just, you know, sad. So much, and there's so much on here that I just think is just phenomenal work, just phenomenal stuff. One of my favorite songs on here is just the Territorial, and I just love how fucking silky smooth that song. That's the best way I can describe this album. It's very silky smooth, and I really, really like it. Really love this album. Really love the look of the cover. Like, look how beautiful this looks, man. Fantastic album, man. Kali Uchis's fantastic artist. Another one of my recent ones that I added to the collection, Control. I am sweating. I have not been able to turn on the AC in like 2 hours because I've been recording this video. You guys better watch this damn video. Look at this. I really, really love this album. I think it's one of my favorite R&B albums in general. Damn, it's about to be 10 years. It's gonna be 10 years old next year. What the fuck? 10 years? Jesus. But yeah, I really love this album. There's so much from here that I think is fantastic from front to back. Supermodel is a great opener. Love Galore has one of my favorite Tyler verses. Ditto to what I said about that with Doves in the Wind. A lot of fantastic work on here, and I'm super happy to finally own this on CD. I love SZA, man. I want to get SOS on CD as well. I just haven't been able to find it yet, but when I do, mark my words, I will buy it. I also just don't feel like ordering. God does like ugly, and I can tell. I'm so happy that this got a CD. I'm so sad that Forever Story doesn't have a CD, but I'm so happy this album does. Because look at this beautiful cover and tell me you wouldn't want a CD of this. Look at how beautiful this cover looks and tell me you wouldn't want that on a CD. I would want that as a vinyl, but I would love that more as a CD. Jit's face is the CD. But back to the music itself. I love God Does Like Ugly. It took a while for it to grow on me compared to Forever Story and DiCaprio 2, but it is my second favorite Jit album. You know, Forever Story is just way too good of an album for me to not love that. But, you know, this is a very close second. Of Blue. I love Of Blue's production so much. That the production of that song particularly is the reason why I go back to it. It's a great song, don't get me wrong, but the production's just, oh my god. I love this album. I love this album to death. I love listen to it. It's great. Look at this cover again. Also, thank you, Stel, for editing that God Does Like Ugly video for me. This is another album that I'm doing for the video I said. Really nice looking CD. It's another one I had to replace the CD case of, but it's a really nice looking CD. Not much to say on it. I don't, except I picked it because I like the cover as well. I don't got more to say. You'll hear more about that album once the video comes out. This is the only Eminem album I own on CD, which is a little weird, since I do like a lot of Eminem albums. I don't think I've talked about him that much on this channel. I kind of realized I don't really talk. I did have like Devil Some Shady review that I was going to make when that album came out, but I just never got around to finishing it. But Marshall Mathers LP. I love this album. It's very hard to recommend because it's a very like edgy and dark album, but I still really like it. And I still think like the edginess is what gives it its own identity. It's like, it's not edgy for the sake of being edgy, you know, there's a purpose to it, you know? There's always a reasoning to it, or it's funny, you know? That's the only way you can get away with edginess, you know? That's why Tyler got away with it for so long. And, you know, when I see a lot of people talk about this album now, or at least my generation talking about it, it's always like in two camps where like there's people who's praising the edginess, you know, it's an album you couldn't make at the time and that's why people hate it, and then there's just like, you know, it's too much, you know, it's not, you know, it's too edgy and stuff like that. I don't know, I just like the music. And still, undeniably, Stan is one of my favorite rap songs. That is like undeniable to me. Like, Stan is a fantastic song. Yeah, I need to get more Eminem albums on CD. I'm looking to get the Eminem show next. So yeah, I look forward to that. The Mountain by Gorillaz. This is another recent one that recently came out, and I'm genuinely like really just blown away by this by the album. But first, this is just straight up my favorite CD I think I've ever owned. I already love the cover of the mountain a lot, but like look at the amount of art that's like present, like art. Oh my god, idiot self, dude. Like what the fuck? Look at that, bro. What the fuck, dude? And then like we get like a lot of these lyric books with like CDs, but it's not just a lyric book. It's just straight up like an art book. I'm not joking. Like look at this, man. Look at this, man. Look how cool this looks. It's just like a bunch of like artwork, man. It's so cool, man. Like it's so. I love this CD so much because like you can tell there's so much love put into it. There's so much love to, not only on the album. There's so much love put into the album, but so much love put into the CD. Like this is already my favorite Gorillaz album in a hot minute, but like. The CD to this is just phenomenal, man. I love this. I love this album. I love the CD. I just love the album. Like, there's so many great songs on it. It's very based off like a lot of like Indian music, which is something that I'm very unfamiliar with. But you know, there's still like a lot of tracks that I like really managed to love out of it. And it's, I don't know. Do I like it more than Plastic Beach? I gotta think on that. Actually, also Black Dot was on like a lot of the tracks. That's already like 50 extra bonus points. Moon Cave, Happy Dictator, Hardest Thing, Orange County, God's Lying, Casablanca, The Sad God, Damascus is such a fun track. So much on this album. It's just fantastic work, man. Fantastic. I love this album to death, man. And the CD is just beautiful, man. Can you tell I'm getting a little burnt out from like recording for like nearly about over 2 hours now. This is gonna be a bitch to edit, but I don't give that much of a shit. I do kind of give much of a shit. Igor, this is the first CD I've ever bought. With my own money, I bought this CD. This CD is like, I want to say like 3 years old? Look at this. Nothing more to say that I didn't already say about other Tyler albums, except this is my favorite. This is my favorite one. I love the R&B sound to it. Boyfriend is on this album, which is not on streaming services, and that's a shame because I really like Boyfriend, and I really hope he adds like all the bonus tracks on streaming one day because this is such a good album, and Boyfriend makes it feel all the more complete, man. I love that song. Ooh, who wants to crucify her? Ooh, who wants to kill her for something new? Ooh. I won't act like I'm like super attached to this album. If anything, I just bought it. I bought it because I did really like it when I first heard it, and I still do really like it. I like. I wish I got more to say on Chaperone. Maybe I need to give the album a re-listen because it's been a minute. But like, I'm not as connected as the album as I thought I was gonna be. But I still really like the album. Still bought the CD because I really like a lot of the music. Phenomenon, I like that song a lot too. That's a really nice song. Maybe I gotta give it another listen because it's been a hot minute. This thing is a bitch to put back. Oh my god. We got Vampire Weekends, If Only God Was Above Us. I like this album a lot. I have similar feelings towards the Chaperone album where like I like it a lot, enough to buy the CD for it, but I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. There's still some songs I like Gen X Cops and Classical, but I don't go back to it as much as I wish I could. And maybe this album's just due for a re-listen, Still really like a lot of songs off it, and I still think it's a really good album. I think I'm due for another re-listen, Score by the Fugees. This album fucking rules. The fact that Ready or Not Killing Me Softly with his song. A lot of great songs that I don't really see that many people talk about outside of those two songs. Maybe with the older demographic I've seen, but like not with like my generation at least. How Many Mics is a great opener. Family Business, Fujila, No Woman Cry, No Woman No Cry, right? And of course the outro Manifest. And it's just a really well-made CD as well. Like, just look how cool this looks. Look how cool the cover looks and open it. I can't do what I think. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I love this album to death, dude. I love Miss Lauryn Hill. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I love this album to death. I love every track on it. I love so much from it. X Factor is one of the best songs ever made. And I've said that so many times, and I mean it every time, and this is especially one of them. And not only just X Factor, but just looking from the track list off the bat. Lost Ones, To Zion, Doo Wop, of course, that song's great. Final Hour, I Used to Love Him, and that Nothing Even Matters, Everything Is Everything. I love this album to death. It is peak R&B, and I'm so happy to have this album on CD. It was one of the first albums I got on CD, which, no surprise there. Really wish there was like some more artwork on this CD, but it looks cool nevertheless. It's a shame that we never got a second album from her, but I guess that's what the Fuji stuff is for me. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. I love this album to death. I still like Taboo more. This is a close second. And then it's Imperial. I still need to get all those two albums on CD, but I love this album to death. I wish the live version had a CD as well. I love that version too, but just look at the artwork of this, man. Holy shit. Just this cover in general, I'm so happy to have on CD. But like, there's so many songs off Melt My Eyes that's just like so beautiful to me. Like Mount Session 1, Angels, Walking. Like, so much of this album is so motivating, to say the least. Like, it's just it's an entire album where it feels like Denzel is healing from a lot of the traumas that he mentioned in Taboo. And I feel like this, and I really just fucking adore this album, man. I really hope whatever Denzel's next album is, it is just as good, if not even better than this album, man, because fuck, this is such a high bar. So this is another album that I'm due for a re-listen. It's been a hot minute, but hey, I saw this in the CD store for a decent price, and I wanted to pick it up. Under Construction by Missy Elliott. You know, there's still some songs I listen to from it, don't get me wrong. There's Work It, of course, Bring the Pain, Back in the Day, Slide. It's not like I don't love this. I do really like this album. I do really like this album, but I just haven't listened to it in like years. So I'm due for another re-listen of this, maybe while I'm editing, because this is gonna be a bitch to edit. But you know, Missy Elliott, I like Missy Elliott a lot. It's a nice looking CD, actually. Let me pull that back up. Nice looking CD, by the way. I like the little pattern here. Let me open it. This was another CD I had to replace the case for because it was pretty cracked, but I got it for a good price, so that doesn't matter. Oh, look at the CD. Look at the CD, actual CD cover. I actually might put that in the player. It looks really nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I like this album. It's really good. I still need to re-listen to it. It's been like years since I've last heard it, so I mean, what do you want me to say? This is like what most people think of when they think like hip hop groups. They think of Wu-Tang and they think of 36 Chambers. What do you want me to say? It's a good album. Like I of course I love the cover of it. You also got like the CD and CD art. No. The back of it's a little scuffed looking, but it's from the 90s, so, you know, of course it will look a little scuffed. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it except, like, you know, fantastic album, dude. It's kind of hard to like talk about like some iconic albums because like they're really so iconic that what else is there to say? Case in point, White Pony, fantastic album. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna throw it. So many fantastic songs on here. This is the last Deftones album I'm gonna be talking about, but there's so many fantastic songs on here. I still think Koi no Yoken is my favorite. Koi no Yoken. I can never pronounce it. Oh, fuck. The one with the Goon Squad is my favorite. But you know, this still has like a lot of great songs. You know, RX Queen, Digital Bath. You know, it's just a cool looking CD in general. King Disease 3 by Nas. I don't really like this cover compared to a lot. Like I get it's it's luxurious. You know, you got 3 gold bars that says KD3 on it. But I kind of like the other 2 covers a bit more in the series. But you know, doesn't really matter because the music in here is phenomenal. I love King Disease 3. So many great songs on here. Ghetto Reporter, Hood to Hood, Reminisce. I can't forget about that. And like like I said, I don't really like the paper sleeve covers a lot. I know this one's a little more lame, to be honest. And you know, I got the CD, which is just like, yeah. But I'm just happy to own this album on CD. I love this album to death. I love this album to death. I honestly love it a lot more than like a lot of classic Nas albums. It's that and Magic that I think are like 2 of my favorite Nas albums. You know, right next to It Was Written, you know? Wolf. This is probably the last, like, I wouldn't, because technically that's Cherry Bomb, right? I would say it's it's one of the last of Tyler's classic era, you know, before Flower Boy and stuff like that. And I still think this is probably the best from that era. I love Wolf. Wolf is such a damn good album, man. Rusty off Wolf alone clears all of Goblin. That's fucking fantastic song there. But you also have songs like Alone, Colossus, Trash Wang, Tamale. And just look, and like I said, look how much effort Tyler puts in these, man. Just fucking beautiful. Like, look, God, man. Look at that, man. Beautiful, beautiful album. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm just happy to own this on CD, man. I love this album to death. And you go in the pile. We got Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. This was one of my favorite albums of 2024. Still is. I think it's probably my favorite album from her. I think it's probably my favorite album from her. I just like a lot of songs on it. Skinny Lunch, Bird of a Feather, Wildflower, Blue. We're going 2 tracks that are fantastic. That are called Blue. I just think it was a great album. There's not more to say. I remember I used to not like Billie's music. I still haven't gone back to, I forget what it's called, but I still haven't gone back to her first album in like years. But I remember it was her second album that really kind of convinced me that, yeah, she's a really good artist. And I really like this album. This is my favorite from her so far. I still need to go back to her first one though. I remember I used to just not like her music straight up, but now I do, so. This album was what the cat was named after earlier. I love how 21 Pilots handles their physical releases because there's so much shit in here that's like, it makes it feel premium, you know, like there's a lot of artwork and, you know, just look at this, man. I still have not gotten the Breach CD, but I'm going to one day. I need the Breach CD bad. Of course, you got like the lyric book. This one. Yeah, lovely piece of work, man. But as for Clancy's album, I remember when it first came out, and it was right after like the disappointment that was Skill and Icy, and I remember like being really nervous for this album, but the singles kind of like bringing me back to being very excited, and then the album dropped, and it was like fucking great. I love the album so much. Sex Semester is still one of my favorite songs from that, and I just love this cover. Very nice cover. Breach is better. I really like Breach. I just haven't found it on CD yet, but I will one day. This is my favorite album of all time. I love Trench so much. I grew up with a lot of 21 Pilots. I grew up with like a shit ton of 21 Pilots. And growing up, I do understand that a lot of people can find their music corny, and that's fine. But Trench, I feel like, is the one album I think everyone universally agrees, yes, this is a really good album. That and Breach now, but this was like one of the big. This was like one album that really showed people that, okay, you know, they're not really just a corny band. But yeah, let's look at this album cover, man. Just look at this album cover, man. I love a lot of the more personal content on here. I love like the story with like Clancy and Dima and all that stuff. And just look at this, man. Look how fucking beautiful this looks. And of course, take out the CD and like just look at the CD, dude. Oh man, I love this. You know, it's very nostalgic to look back on this because now since the Demo story is over with Breach and stuff like that, but like there's all just, you know, this album just holds a very special place in my heart. You know, Jumpsuit, Levitate, Morph, Legend, Never Fails to Make Me Cry. There's so much from this album that I really, really like. And there's so much that's stuck with me throughout the years that this is just a very personal album to me. And I'm really happy to have an album this personal to me physically in my hands, you know? I love this band. I'm always gonna love it. I love Trench. I'm always gonna love it. Fantastic album. We got Magic 3 by Nas, the last of the Nas and Hit Boy era. I think a lot of people I think people universally agree that like the last two albums from Magic 2 and Magic 3 were kind of like mediocre compared to the two, which I never really get because I still really like Magic 3. I think Magic 3 is still a great album. I like it a lot more than Magic 2. And we got songs like Fever, Superhero Status, I Love This Feeling, Never Die with Wayne, that was awesome to see. Based on True Events duology, Speechless Part 2, Japanese Soul Bar. Like there's so many of their best material together on here, and like just the cover in general. Like look how classy this cover is. This is how you look classy compared to King Disease 3. It's not my favorite of the group. I still think I would prefer King Disease 2, Magic 1, and King Disease 3 over it. But I still really, really like this album, and I think not enough people give it the benefit of the doubt. We have Blue Lips by Schoolboy Q. It's in a similar boat as Chaperone and Vampire Weekend, where I really want to like this album a lot more. I just haven't listened to it in a while. But there's still like songs I go back to, like Pop, Thank God for Me, Ohio. Like there's a lot of like fantastic stuff on here. I even love the cover. Like that's why I picked up the album. I really liked it. But like there's people who like would say like this is like an all-time classic album, and like I haven't gotten that feeling with Blue Lips yet. Still a great album. Don't get me wrong. Still a great album. But like all-time classic, man. I don't know. Maybe I need more listens. That's pretty much what, like, if I'm saying something that you don't agree with, just know that most Disease I have not listened to in full in like a long time. So that's probably why. You know, I still really like this album. I still love a lot about it. I just don't know if I agree with the fact that, like, you know, it's this it's this masterpiece of a record just yet. You know, I still need to do more re-listens, you know? I still really love it, though. Don't get me wrong. I still really like Blue Lips, alright? I still really like it. Ooh, watch out. I'm gonna talk about Doechii. Ooh, I might even praise her music. Ooh. Yeah, I never really got... I already made a whole ass video talking about this, so I won't repeat my, like, talking points. Doechii's fire. I really like Doechii's music. I like this mixtape a lot. There's some songs that I still go back to, like Bullfrog, Nissan Ultima. And, you know, of course, it's not like the best album that came out of last year, but it was the best out of those nominees. I stand by that. It was the best out of those nominees. You're not gonna look at me and say Might Delete Later is better than this album. You're not gonna look at me and say Death for Slim Shady's better than this album. You're not gonna... Okay, maybe Common's album was better. I haven't heard it yet, but outside of that, you're not gonna look at me and say those albums were better, right? And even then, I still really like this album. I still think it's a really well done album. And I'm really happy for her, and I really hope whatever her debut's gonna be will just blow people away. One song, I'm never gonna get over that. One song, and they're like, just fucking, I can't stand her. No, this is another one that's in the same league as Satana and Changing Faces, where this is for the video that I want to listen to, that I got for like real cheap, and that I bought because of the cover is very interesting. I'm gonna listen to this today actually, because this is the one I'm most interested in because of like, look how cool this cover looks. Really cool cover. Chromacopia. I think this is definitely my second favorite Tyler album, next to Igor. This album is just like fantastic. This album is just fantastic through and through. I love so much from this album. You know, you got Saint Chroma being one of my favorite Tyler openings. Darling I, Take Your Mask Off, Ratata, Like Him, which is just a beautiful song. And then with like the physical version of the CD, you get Mother, which is a song that actually recently came on streaming, which I really appreciate, because I think honestly that song might be my favorite from this album. Actually, no. Take Your Mask Off is probably my favorite, but the Mother is a very close second. I really love Mother. Just a fantastic album. I'm so happy I own this on CD, because I didn't get it in the initial pre-order, but I ended up finding it in like a music shop, and I immediately went to go pick it up, man. Like, cause like fucking, god, I love Chromacopia, man. It's such a good album. Now this is another one that's part of that video I told I want to make. So, but I won't really say what's the story behind this yet. Not because I'm gatekeeping, but because I feel like it's an interesting story that I want to save for that video. But it's not like the craziest story. Let me not overhype it, but you know, I think it will kind of prove what point I'm trying to make in that video. So I'm gonna save that story. But I did listen to Broken Bone Theory. It's a very good album. It's a very good EP. It was like, the reason why it says 10 because it was like $10. And I'm happy I give it a chance. You know, it was really good. It was really good. I'm not the biggest rock guy, but I really like that rock album. You know, and you know, also if you guys want to give me any more recommendations of like rock, because I know I'm talking a lot about rock albums here. If you guys want to give me any recommendations of like rock albums, just let me know. I forgot I bought this yesterday. I bought this album like I think like 17th. I bought it on the 15th. It's 17th when I'm recording this. I bought this on the 15th. Yeah. And I also have an interesting story behind that, but save for that video. You gotta wait before you hear the story. But you got Deftones, Around the Fur. I really like this album a lot. It's a lot more like high energy than like a lot of the other like ones I've talked about. I think Private Music is a little more higher. Like Konya no Yoken and White Pony are a lot more like moody and stuff like that. This one's just like straight into it. It makes you want to kill people, you know? My Own Summer, Ihabia, Masakura, Around the Fur, Rickets. You know, there's a lot of like bangers on here, man. It's not my favorite Deftones album. I don't really have as much of a connection to it as I do for like something like Your no Yoken. I feel like I keep pronouncing that wrong, and I'm so sorry. I don't really, but I still really like this album. I'm really happy I have it on CD. So yeah, Astroworld. I was talking about this all like a couple minutes ago. Astroworld by Travis Scott. I actually really like how this album looks. Oh wait, I can't show that. Yeah, let's just keep it at that. I do like that. I do like the concept of that though. You know, like you got the Astroworld. You got the Astroworld park. You got the Astroworld park at daytime for all the kids and families and stuff. You got Astroworld at dark, where you know where all the bad bitches come in. You got this like nice little smile CD as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have much of a connection with Astroworld as much as I do with a lot of other Travis records, but I still really like this album. This album gave me No Bystander, and that's good enough for me. We got Lucy Rose, This Ain't the Way You Go Out. A very low key album, a very underrated album, which is a shame because I think Lucy Rose is a very nice singer. And there's still a lot of great songs on here, like Dusty Frames, Whatever You Want, Over When It's Over, Sail Away, No More, The Racket. Like, there's a lot of great songs on here. More people should listen to this album. I'll just show you the cover. This Ain't the Way You Go Out by Lucy Rose, man. Why, Lord. We got, like, one more after this. Why, Lord. Why, Lord. This is the only like Anderson .Paak album I own on CD, which is a real shame. I really need to buy more Anderson .Paak CDs. But yeah, this is another one of my favorites from 2024. 2024 was just a crazy year for music in general. But I love this album. I love how smooth it is. I love like this was the year. That was the year where I realized how much I really did like R&B, and this is one of my favorite R&B albums, like just straight up. And this is one of my favorite R&B albums of the decade. There's so many like fantastic songs on here, like "Move On," "Keep Her," "Distractions," "Where I Go," "Daydreaming," "Battlefield," "Here I Am." Like, there's so much fantastic stuff on here. I love this album to death, and this album came out around the time where I really started getting into collecting. So you know, had to get it on CD. You know, and the last one, King Disease 2 by Nas. Kind of weird to have this as a finisher because I don't really have that much special to say about it. Like, again, this one's one of the earliest ones I picked up. So here's one of the earliest ones I picked up on CD. And this was like one of the first albums I've heard from Nas when I was like becoming a fan of his. I'm really happy that I binged all his discography to get to here because like it really did make me appreciate the album so much more, you know? And there's like a lot of songs on here that I feel like don't really get talked about enough when it comes to best Nas songs. Like, you know, we got Deaf East Row, 40 Size, Store Run, Nobody. I feel like this is probably, maybe this is a hot take. I don't know if like this is a hot take or anything, but this feels like his most underrated album. This feels like his most underrated album. I don't see anyone really mention this album. When I see people mention Nas, it's usually King Disease 3 now. Like when we're talking about modern Nas, you know, it's King Disease 3 and what he's doing with Mass Appeal right now. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty safe to say like this is a very underrated Nas album. I feel comfortable throwing that because it's paper. That's it all. That's all of it. Oh my god, that was like 2.5 hours of just nothing but recording, man. I still gotta record like another video, man. But yeah, I had a good time going through the CDs though. I had a good time just talking about my thoughts and feelings on a lot of albums and, you know, just talking about like my experience getting them and stuff like that. I feel like in a day and age where a lot of things are very digital, it's very important to have like, you know, your physical media along with you, you know, just in case, you know? And even then, it's just a nice way to support the artist that you really like, or it's just a nice way to own your music, you know? I don't really know how else to end this, except, thank you for watching. This is probably a long video, so if you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. I don't usually say that, so, no, you should leave a like and subscribe. That's really about it. You have a good day.